We're going to jump straight into destination immersion in part 3 of our cruise diaries, so thank you for joining us, and I hope you enjoy coming along for the ride.
We were hoping to go to the Crystal Factory, so if you want to come over this end to me, I can show you here on the map.
One of the little things Azamara does that makes a huge difference is bringing on board a representative from the local area you are visiting that day. They can give you information and guidance on your current destination, which is a brilliant way to personalise your onshore experience.
The place where it drops you off is the place you'll also be collected from. And to get to the Waterford Crystal Factory, the House of Waterford Crystal is just up here. So about a 10-15 minute walk.
Welcome to Waterford, Ireland's oldest city. Most disappointingly for its founders, the Vikings in 914, that's not what it's most famous for. We got the shuttle bus from the ship, thinking, it's only little Waterford. Not much to see here apart from some fancy glass in a fancy factory shop. But oh my giddy aunt were we wrong. This little city is saturated with history. Vikings were actually here in 853, before being driven out by the native Irish. Tough old lot, the Irish. But they returned in 914 with bigger boats and bigger axes, I would imagine, and settled here, having given the Irish a good seeing to, I suspect. Tough old lot, the Vikings. After turning from paganism to Christianity, they built the first cathedral here in 1096, where Irish history was changed forever in 1170, when an English knight called Strongbow, not affiliated to the brand of cider, married an Irish princess called Aoife, whose father borrowed troops from England to reclaim his Irish throne, probably with some celebratory cider. There's a bronze sculpture of the happy couple outside the cathedral, and it just so happens that today was their wedding anniversary. Although, judging by their faces, she's more pleased about it than he is. A simple stroll through this tiny historic city reveals that it's happy to shout about its art and its proud Viking heritage, particularly in the area known as Viking Triangle. Somebody even uprooted a huge tree and turned it into the world's longest wooden sword to commemorate the 1100th anniversary of Reginald, King of Waterford, becoming King of York in 918. So many kings in those days. Even a King Reginald. Speaking of King Reginald, this is Reginald's Tower, which I'd put money on was named after him, and not Reg O'Grady, who volunteered at the local charity shop for over 40 years. It's the oldest civic building in Ireland, and the only one to retain its Viking name. Built around the mid-1200s upon the site of a Viking fort, and over the centuries, this ancient cylindrical structure has been used as a mint, a prison, a military storehouse, and thankfully not to date an Airbnb. After we'd strolled through this plentiful parade of Norse, we finally reached Waterford's crystalline crown jewel, the Waterford Crystal Factory. This is the real attraction for the inquisitive tourist with an appreciation for a decent wine glass or six, and the factory tours run daily. Now, thankfully for you, I'm going to stop talking and let some delicate glassy music accompany you around the tour, in which the guide refreshingly encouraged you to take photographs and video. That's like a triple espresso for a vlogger like me, so enjoy the fruits of full permission. Everything in the Waterford gift shop was so sparkly and crystalline our eyeballs risked laceration if we browsed any longer, so to bring our perusing eyes back to normal, we took a look round the shops on the ship. As per usual, there's a general shop selling cosmetics to chocolate to clothes, A jeweller's which ran a competition that I got down to the final two but lost on a tie-break. Damn it. And a little I love winning. And a little gallery containing some really impressive pieces of art. Not bad for a little ship, as I keep saying. With our eyes settled back to normal, we headed to our favourite lunch venue, subject to nice weather, the Patio. The Patio is outside on the pool deck, and it serves what you would expect from a grill-style lunch venue. As we have found in every single area of this ship, the service has been exceptional. The staff on board are incredible and more friendly, helpful and genuinely caring than most of the ships we have sailed on. They really are the jewel in Azamara's crown. Anyway, back to the lunch, and we tried to sample as many of the items of the Patio's menu as we could over the 4 days, and we weren't disappointed with any one of them. And here's what we ate. There's also a serve yourself ice cream machine, which I should imagine on a hot cruising day would be a godsend. Actually, it's tempting in any weather. There's a little known fact that I'll bet you haven't heard. Azamara also do river cruises. No, I'm kidding. But I'm not entirely telling an untruth. To reach those small, interesting and hard to reach places only a small ship dare venture into, you actually do have to cruise along a river sometimes. Our sail away from Waterford was a serene experience. We sat on our balcony and the tables and chairs were just perfect for this kind of sail away. I think we'd be out here all the time on a warm weather cruise. It's such a comfy, relaxing and private place to be. Practical too. And just look at that view. Now, as we had only joined 4 days before the end of this 2-week voyage to Iceland, we had missed the signature As Amazing Evening, an event put on that guarantees the wow factor. But there was still time for the other regular favourite, the White Night. We've seen countless pictures and videos of this special evening, and we were very excited to be able to experience it for ourselves. Unfortunately, due to the weather, the White Night did not take place in its traditional sense. Instead of being held here, around the pool deck with al fresco dining, live music and general outdoor merriment, various elements took place in various areas around the ship. The dining was in the Discoveries restaurant and the partying was in the cabaret lounge, all under cover of course. We were a little disappointed that we didn't get to experience the White Night in all its intended glory, but the guests didn't really seem to mind as they were really getting into the party spirit anyway. And you know what? It just means we'll have to come back again and experience the As Amazing and White Night evenings. And we really can't wait for that. A quick word on the entertainment before we call it a day, and Azamara do it as well as any luxury cruise line we've been on. There's an obligatory house band and also what we call a lounge band, who were very good indeed. Although, as in the case of this evening in the lounge, they played to very few. Additionally, there are music and variety acts they bring aboard that play once or twice on a cruise, as well as the 4 resident singers who put on a brilliant show for our final night, plus the cruise director and his wife and the assistant cruise director who could all sing. Phew, that's a lot of entertainment for such a little ship. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and watch out for the final part of our incredible little voyage coming very soon.
Plan to go to west. Take my way, that's the highway, that's the best. Get those kicks right there upon that place we call Route 66.